So I came across this verse in Psalms 58, and it's just a reminder that unfortunately you could literally tell the gospel, the good news of Jesus, and tell it to somebody. You can tell all the amazing stuff he's done, everything, but they still won't listen. Like, it's a hard pill to swallow, but there's some people out there that will never change, no matter how skillful the leader is. Like, it could be a really a leader that had been or basically a pastor who's been pastoring for like 20 years, 30 years, but we'll come across some people where you'll try and try and tell them the gospel, try and convince them to follow Jesus, but they will not listen. Anyway, so the verse is, so I said it's Psalms 58, and the verse is 4 to 5, verses 4 and 5. So it says, they spit venom like deadly snakes. They are like cobras that refuse to listen, ignoring the tunes of the snake charmers, no matter how skillful they they play. As I said, it's just some people are just so stubborn. Some people are so, unfortunately, some people's heart, it's too late for them. Like, it's too late, and it can be so frustrating. It can be really frustrating because at the end of the day, your job as a Christian is you want to see everyone turn to Jesus. You want to see everyone saved, but some people, their hearts have hardened so much that they just will not listen, and that's the sad reality. Unfortunately, it's like the world we live in. They've been so corrupt by the enemy that you could say anything, but they will refuse to listen, and unfortunately they'll just won't end up unfortunately they won't end up in the place that you hope they'll be when the world comes to an end, or when they pass away. But unfortunately, it's a sad truth that there's just people out there that are just they're they're basically pharaohs to the point where the heart is hardened, and there's no way of being able to change them. I mean, sometimes you'll get people where you think you'll think that they'll never change, but by the grace of God, they do actually change. Don't get me wrong, you do get people like that they'll reject, and then something happens and they'll accept. But just to remember, there'll be people like that, people out there that they will never accept Jesus. And as I said, unfortunately, that's the sad reality.